All right, nice to see you all here. And we are celebrating Diwali today. So wonderful to truly be in the week of Diwali, like in the midst of it all. So today is officially is what's the second day? Oh my God, I'm like, see, I told you my brain is mush because I'm a little bit sick. The I have to look at I'm gonna do my cheat sheet here. Wait, first day is Dhanteras, second day is
Kali
what's the
Chaudas.
second?
Kali Chaudas.
Kali Chaudas.
Oh, okay. And we say Choti Diwali. That's what I think we say.
Okay.
Okay. That's why I was thinking of a different term. Okay.
Yeah.
And then day three is the
Diwali.
real
Diwali.
day. And then
Yeah.
day four is we have Govardhan Puja, but I don't know
We
what other people
Yeah,
say.
we say New
we
Year.
we have a new year. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We have a New
Oh,
Year.
that's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And then the last day is Bhai Dooj for us,
Yeah. So same thing. We
which
call
I
Bhai
think
Dooj,
should be
Bhai Dooj.
changed. Sibling Dooj.
Yes.
What is sibling
Yeah,
in Hindi? I don't know. Yeah. Um,
I
well,
agree.
awesome. Well, thank y'all for coming. We are going to jump right into our session. We have a couple of slides here. So our goal here is to have some fun, celebrate Diwali together, and learn about each other's cultures as well. Um, I think everybody here knows a little bit about South Asian success, but I just flashed this up for the recording, especially so that people can see what we're up to. We're currently in the planning for 2025, so exciting plans ahead, and hopefully going to build out some, more momentum, new kind of offerings and things like that. Our event agenda today is we do have a little icebreaker kickoff. We have some Diwali trivia. Monica said she thought it was hard, so we'll see. Monica's gonna run our Diwali trivia. We'll see what you guys think. And then a couple of stories of perseverance. Unfortunately, Joya Shukla couldn't make it tonight. She had an illness in the family, so she had to drop out. So we have Ashna and we have Dinesh talking about their stories. And we have a little Diwali giveaway at the end for our trivia winner. I think there's a leaderboard in our trivia, so we're gonna trust that the trivia works and hopefully know who our winners are. Okay, so my icebreaker was, and I already kind of shared this with you guys, but who are you? Where do you live? Roll in CS, and what's your favorite fall festival memory? It doesn't have to be the volley, but just kind of curious. What is your favorite fall festival to celebrate? So I'm gonna go from my left. Monica, why don't you start?
Sure. My name is Monica Trivedi. I'm based in Boston, Massachusetts. I lead the client experience team for a global real estate company, tech company. And my favorite fall festival is Navratri, hands down, 9 nights of dancing.
Awesome. I love that. Um, okay, next, Ashna, you are next.
I'm Ashna Patel. I'm in Southern California. Did I miss one of the question? I think there was the third question.
Oh, your role in CS
Oh
or
yeah,
in
yeah,
non-CS, because
yeah,
you're,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. Not in CS. Yeah, I used to be in CS. I was leading a team, but I've actually shifted into marketing. So I'm a marketer right now, in yeah, and I also do some coaching outside, some kind of a coach as well. But my favorite festival is Monica. You said it, Navratri. It's. I mean, I feel like they're all up there, but Navratri is yeah, it's at the top.
Yeah, my
Has to be.
algorithm was on fire. It just, I couldn't stop watching all the videos and it's amazing.
I know, I know. It's like you have nonstop
Just
playing
for
everywhere.
Yeah.
just for our YouTube watchers, can anyone quick overview of Navratri, what it is? Because I think that would be interesting if you can explain it. I don't know if that's easy.
Wait, you just want to like us to explain
Like
Navratri?
nine
Yeah,
days of
yeah, 9 days of.
celebration.
So
Yeah.
there was a little bit of a, I guess, a story. And Monica, corrects me if I'm wrong, but I think there was more of a, you know, there was a like the holy sort of a story behind it. But long story short, in India, it's like a 9 days of celebration, and you basically get ready, you dress, and it's like you wear, I don't know what you call them. We call it chaniya choli, you call it whatever. There's different things you can call it, but you dress up, and then you're playing like dandiya, ras, or you're playing like other types of, it's just dances that you do, and you do it in like, well, there's like dedicated area, or people do it like in their society or in their whatever little section, but there are certain parts in India that is so like there's particularly where I'm from, it's so crazy that the eighth day, which is called like the Atom, which is really special. We typically go like they start at 10 p.m. until 8 in the morning or 6 in the morning the next day. You're constantly on the floor, and it's like it's
Whoa.
crazy. I will share a picture later on, because I don't want to take away, but that's like I don't know, Monica, if you want to add a little bit to it,
That's
but
the
like there is a
cultural piece
yeah,
of it,
yeah,
for sure. And then
yeah.
the religious pieces, it's really, 9 nights. Each night is dedicated to a specific goddess. And there's like specific colors for every goddess if people get really into it. But really, that's the religious aspect of it. So I think both have sort of combined together, the religious and the cultural, and it's a really fun time. So yeah, lots of fun videos out there if anyone's looking to Google it.
Yeah, if you
I
Google
love that.
Google United of Baroda, I think that
Yeah.
is probably the biggest probable
Yeah.
gathering. And they're trying to break records in the way they create the formations, and it's amazing.
I love that. And so I did not celebrate Navratri as much growing up. So I thank you guys for explaining, because I just kind of jump into the Garba and I don't
Yeah.
ask all the questions. So that's awesome. Okay, Dinesh, you are up next for name, where do you live, role, and NCS or not. And what is your favorite fall festival?
So Dinesh Jotwani, I'm based in Chicago. I work for DocuSign, so manage the team that interacts with and works with our financial services and insurance customers for CS and account management. It's a pretty big vertical for us. Favorite fall festival? That's a good one. I mean, I love Diwali. It's always great. Like, so my family's around Chicago, so my in-laws and my parents, and there's always like tons of family stuff. Um, I'm Sindhi, so they always it's a smaller community, but like we have it in Chicago, and there's always a Diwali party for that. Um, I don't go to many events, but it's kind of like a high school reunion where you just get to see all the people a lot of the people you grew up with and see what they're up to. So always enjoy that. And now my daughter goes, so that's kind of cool as well.
That's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Shruti, go ahead.
Hi, I'm Shruti. So I live right near Monica. So I'm in the Boston area. I'm a CS consultant, so I'm independent, have my own business. My favorite memory, I think, honestly, is Diwali. Since childhood. I mean, growing up, I think our parents, like I'm sure many of you all, really instilled like giving sweets to our neighbors and friends and family, getting together and doing fireworks. And I don't know, I just have those memories, and those are really fun ones. So I would say that was probably my favorite. I mean, Halloween was fun as a kid, but Diwali definitely stuck through. So
Definitely. Kirti, you're next.
Hi, I'm Kirti. I'm based in San Diego, and I work for an insurance technology company, Lytics, in the client success organization. My favorite memory also would be Navaratri. So I'm South Indian, Tamil, and in our culture, golus are really popular. So there are different steps. You do 3, 5, or 7, and there are all these dolls, like for the different devis or different, like cultural religious scenes, and it was always really fun to like see everyone's version of it and just get together, and it was a really nice way to grow up.
Yeah, that's so interesting. And I honestly learned about that from Never Have I Ever, or Never, is that the show name? That show that's on Netflix. Yeah. That was like such a great introduction to something I was like, wow, culturally that I really wasn't aware of. So it's so cool. Rohan, you're next.
So my name is Rohan Seth. I'm based in Toronto. I am director growth with a company called Smart Carrot. We have 2 products. One is a customer success platform, and the other is called Smart Playbooks. It's for non-SaaS, non-CS folks to manage their SOPs. And so I do a little bit of both, a little bit of sales for the second product and customer success for the first one. My favorite fall festival, I'm on board with the other 3, so I think Navratri seems to be the hot favorite. grown up dancing to those melodious tunes, 9 nights, and I get nostalgic every time. Like I think what Ashna said, the last night usually is insane because it goes all night long, and for
Yeah.
some reason the energy doesn't die out, and
Yeah.
it's amazing how
Mhm.
you know you don't think it's possible, humanly possible, to dance 8 hours straight, but it is, and still feel refreshed and energetic at the end of it.
Yeah.
So I was when I moved here 7 years back, I was thinking I might miss out on it, but it hasn't lost out. So there's still enough and more Navratri gatherings that happen here. I do also get chance to go through a few friends' house around where I live, Kriti, where they do Golu. So I still get the best of both.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
I totally agree
Nice.
about the energy because I could never go on a treadmill for 4 or 5 hours, but I could do Navratri for that long.
5 is too much, Monica. I can't go on for 30 minutes without being.
Yeah.
I know. Oh yeah, I couldn't even do 4 or 5 minutes. I'm not a treadmill person.
I think it's there's something to do with like everybody's doing it. So
Yeah.
you just
Yeah.
like, let's just go with the flow, and you don't care about anything else. And the music is so nice. And,
I think for most people, it's
oh,
the beats. The beats, get you pumping, get you
That's
moving.
Yeah.
yeah.
so true. I just went to a Garba in the City, which is somebody's been throwing in Chicago downtown the last 2 years, which I love because we don't have to drive to the suburbs. But it was amazing because it's like Sunday night, and I'm
Yeah.
like, who's gonna Garba? It was packed, and it was like, and it's like, even though it's a school night and a work night, and there's like kids there and everything, I was like, okay, all the everybody's here.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
So
And
just
you're right. And we danced like 20,000 steps that day. Yeah.
just to share something interesting about Toronto. So I live in a city called Etobicoke, which is part of Greater Toronto area. So it's one of the suburbs outside. So every year for the last, I think at least I've been here 7 years, I've seen it here. There's proper street Navratri, the way you have it in India, right? And
Oh,
Wow.
usually the actual events happen only on the weekends, but this street Navratri, which is outside a row of townhouses, just outside their houses, they've all, allowed for people to come in and dance there. And so 9 nights, the actual 9 nights of Navratri, you have people gathering there in hundreds, dancing on the street to the tunes until 10 in the night or 11 in the night. And I saw this year that ends up, and usually typically in India, what happens is people head out to eat, right? Because you're tired, you're exhausted, you go out to eat. They do the same here. They head out to restaurants, and so restaurants are open till 3, 4 in the morning, serving food. And so this year, one of the restaurant guys put up speaker outside, and people are dancing till 2 in the morning outside the restaurant, forming like at least around 80 to 100 people forming circles and
Wow.
dancing out there. So
Gotta go to Toronto next year.
yeah,
that
it's
is
worth the trip.
amazing.
It's worth the trip.
That is amazing.
It's cool.
Oh my, I love that. Well, I'm not going to get into too much detail on, for me, obviously, Diwali for me is my favorite fall festival. I feel like now it's become more of my favorite because we do it in so many ways at school, at home, with friends, with neighbors, and it's sort of becomes our thing to do, and obviously Halloween here is a big deal. So close second, but definitely I'm a Diwali girl.
Mhm.
All right, we are gonna do some fun trivia now. And as Monica mentioned, the trivia is a little bit challenging. Let me pull it up really quickly and share it with you guys.
Me, might not be for the rest of you.
No, I mean, I think I did it on purpose, like a little bit hard, but yeah, let's
Okay.
see. Okay. Sorry, I'm sharing my multi-screen here. It's not working out. Okay. All right, here we go. So you can join this lovely Slido if you'd like to participate. And I think there's only like 6 questions or something. It's not too many. So it should not take us too long. Test your knowledge. Anybody still need time?
I don't. Do you guys see anything?
I didn't see
I
it.
don't see it. Yeah, I was like waiting
Oh,
for it.
you
I
know
don't see
what? I
anything.
think I have to activate it. Maybe that's why. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That could have been me.
Oh,
There we go.
it's
Now
something
it's
to
showing you
join.
guys.
Well, I won't join because I already know the
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, you could. Yeah, you should have the answer. I also will not. This will be like a tight race. Let's see how it goes.
I finished at least one.
You can have two.
And I ate some of two. Can I still have another cup? I still have ice cream.
After you eat another half.
I did eat two.
Okay, okay. Bye.
So can I have another ice cream?
Sure. I don't even know what he asked me things when I'm on calls. I don't even know what I agreed to. That's the
You agreed
problem.
to another ice cream.
I agreed to ice cream, but I don't understand what he actually ate.
I
He
don't
didn't
think
eat his
I
food.
don't think you were supposed to. I think this was just a ploy to get an ice cream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
The
does.
timing was perfect.
I know.
Who knows?
Everybody knows this now. If you listen to auto call with me after like 3 p.m. This is like earlier it was 2 Oreos versus 1 Oreo, and yeah. And anyways, okay. I think we've got everybody in. So I'm like, I have not done this before, guys, because I tested it with myself, so it didn't really work out when you test it with yourself. So we're gonna go. All right, here we go. Here is your first question. What are the 3 largest? Oh, Monica, sorry, I'm taking your job.
It
You go.
doesn't matter. No, I can say it. What are the 3 largest religious groups in the world? Christian, well, I won't put all of them out there. Let's see what everyone said.
Are those all those also in order? Like Islam is first.
No, they're
and
not. I
Hinduism.
don't think they're in
Okay,
order.
okay.
I
I'm
don't
just
think so.
probably thinking too much
I
into
can't
it. Okay.
remember officially, but I don't think they're in order. Answers locked. I don't know if everyone has done it. Is everyone good? Yeah.
It's 5 out of 5.
I think that up there this is helpful. I'm the first timer. Okay. All right. There's our answers. 80%. And you guys were right. The 80%. Nice. All right. I love this part. Okay, so it actually works. Yay for future. I'm learning new tools. All right, here we go. Next. Sorry, Monica, I'll let you go.
No, it's fine. Hindi is one of how many core languages in India?
Oh.
500, 24, 36, 10, or 1,000?
This is a little bit of a trick question because like that.
Languages.
Yeah.
That's core languages.
Core. Yeah.
Oh.
I just guessed something.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thanks,
I'm
Ashna,
probably
for
wrong.
All
Thanks,
right.
Ashna, for
Let's
pointing out
see.
our core languages.
Yes, that was part of
Yeah.
that was what makes this a trick question. So the answer is 24 of the core languages. There's like 400 dialects or so that are
Yeah.
known.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that's why I threw you off with this one a little bit.
I was
I
thinking.
kept thinking, how many states are there? There's a language
Oh
per
yeah,
state.
yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Is that I think it's like 2 less or something, right? Is what
Yeah,
it comes
yeah,
out to be.
you're right.
Yeah, in
Yeah.
the math. Yeah. Kirti is killing it still. All right, let's
Mm.
see. And Dinesh, actually, you guys are tied. I don't know. I wonder what makes Dinesh second.
The
I don't
time.
know. Let's see.
How fast?
Oh, the time.
Yes.
Whoa. That's cool. Way to
Looks
notice
like
that.
Kirti's
Okay.
got all 7 under a minute.
All right, next.
Which colors do people avoid during Diwali season? Green and red, black and white, orange and black, purple and white.
Done.
I was incidentally wearing one of the colors when my wife and my mother both pointed out, why are you wearing this today? I said, okay.
Well, and also if you read my ink article today, I'm just kidding. But I wore black leggings one day, just like in the daytime to set up, and my mother-in-law's like, "Go change right now." I'm like, "Oh my God, okay." Like I'm just like casual right now. Yes, black and white avoided. I think primarily because of mourning colors, but that is what I'm
Yeah.
All right. Cuties is so speedy.
I know. The original story of Diwali starts with the Ramayana, a story of an exiled king who overcomes odds to come home. Who wrote this text?
How well do you know your Hindi, your Sanskrit literature? I don't know it very well.
I did a process of elimination on this one. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god, I know this, and I'm confused between two.
Is there a 50-50 option like ABC?
I
Phone a
wish.
friend, maybe?
Probably picked the wrong one.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, it's gonna be the wrong.
Unfortunately. Oh, good
Oh, you
answers,
did
guys.
good.
Yeah,
I
you
did
guys
get it
knew
right.
that.
Whew, horrible.
Amazing. I also built this in case there was South Asian audience members to make it a little trickier with like some of these answers down here. But all right, let's see. Oh, Kirti's still coming in really fast. Love that.
Mom came through, all the tradition.
How many religions celebrate Diwali in India?
Wow. I feel like at this point, all of the above.
I feel like everyone does now.
All right, random
Yeah,
guess.
that's actually true.
I probably got it wrong.
Religions.
I think first we have to understand how many religions are there in India.
Yeah, well, that's a part of the trickiness of this.
Yeah. I like this.
In general, I should have written the answers, but I ended up doing this a little bit rushed because I was not feeling good this week. So I will tell you guys the answers. The official, everyone that said four, awesome job.
Oh,
Wrong.
Yeah. The official answers are Hindus, Jains, Sikhs, and Buddhists. Everyone has
Okay.
kind of adopted this season to celebrate like a prophet or something, but it wasn't probably already, but they've kind of adopted the Diwali period.
Yeah.
So that because so many people are celebrating around them.
Yeah.
I thought that was really interesting. Kirti again, so speedy. Look at that. A tough one. All right.
The original story of the Ramayana written, approximately.
This is hard. I don't think I would have known this if I didn't look it up.
That's a good guess.
I think I picked one, but I feel like I should have gone with the other one.
All right, let's see. A lot of people picked 5 BC. You guys just know this stuff because that was the correct answer. Pretty good.
This is a good guess.
Good guess. 5 BC is the approximate time. All right, I think we have another question. A lot of Ramayana questions because I just got into that groove.
How many words are in the Ramayana?
Yeah,
Gosh.
this is a total guess.
This is like,
Wow.
has anybody read the whole?
I mean, I've
I have not
heard it.
I have an abridged one that someone wrote that my Tauji, like someone in my family wrote. So I keep that in my bookcase, but I haven't read it.
I took the
I think
video.
it's
I took the video approach.
Yes. Watching the show, the movies,
Yeah.
or the
Yeah.
TV shows. Yes, that's what I did.
Total guess.
There's about 1,000 of those, I think.
Yeah.
Was a comic book? There was a comic book that had like all the different like stories in them. I forget what it's called.
Oh, we
but-
have those.
Champa.
Yeah.
Amar Chitraka. Amar
Yes.
Chitrakarta. Yes.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
have
That's the
those.
version. I've
Okay,
read.
they're good, but they're like a little mature. Like we started doing them with the boys. We're like, we're gonna just wait a little longer. Some of the stories are a little, grown up, but they're really nice. Nowadays, there's Ramayana for kids. So it's like 480,000 words, which is, I asked like, what is 480,000 words? And it's like single spaced 1,000 pages.
Oh,
That's what it said. So
That's not as bad as I thought it could be.
I thought it would be much more, but maybe the single spaced is what calls it out. I'm not sure, but
I'm just surprised
hard
how
to
can you
tell.
fit the whole Ramayana in 1,000 pages?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it depends on the size of the book and the
Yeah.
font and all of the. There's not really a clean answer on it, but I thought it was, yeah, it's quite high. I was trying to compare it to something, and then I realized I'd kind of give it away. So, all right. Well, Kirti, congratulations! You are the winner officially. Oh, and you came in second. You stole second with your time of 2:15 for that answer. So amazing. All right. Well, thank you guys for playing along with this, and hopefully it was fun. For Kirti and Rohan, we have a little giveaway at the end, so I'll be sending you guys some fun Diwali swag.
Yay!
Thank you.
This was great. Thank you.
And hopefully we all learned something. Like, I feel like when I was writing them, I learned something. So, well, since we have a smaller group, can be like a little more fun version of lightning stories. But I thought this was a cute way of talking about lightning stories, but like lightening stories, like Diwali is about lighting up your home. So I thought that was really cute. And Ashna is here and Dinesh as well to kind of talk about some stories that we're going to share with our audience. And I just keep in mind, like, I know we don't have always the biggest numbers, but a lot of our folks are in India where they have days off right now and they're celebrating, hopefully sleeping right now actually, but also hopefully celebrating. So we hope that they'll catch up on YouTube and other ways. So I'm not gonna oh shoot, I don't know what happened to your picture, Ashna. That's
I'm here.
unfortunate.
There.
I have to fix that. But we know we know what you look like. So I'm just
Yeah.
gonna unshare that. Okay, so let's just talk and give you guys the floor. I'll start with you, Ashna, for your sort of story of perseverance or something to share with the audience.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like I've talked about this a little bit, but I do talk about burnout specifically, and I feel like I want to sort of bring that up, and I'll tell you why and here in a second. So obviously, like, I'm not in customer success, but I still work with a lot of people in customer success. If we're still talking about customer success and whatnot, but it's just in general, I feel like in the last couple of years, the ratio of burnout has gone up so much, and I feel like I hear it, left and right from everywhere. So specifically for me too, I've hit burnout a couple of times in recently, and there was times that it's just I hit a point where I just had to reevaluate, what the heck I was doing and really had to dig deeper. And so that's why I'm bringing up this story, which there is, lighting or whatever at the end. And why I'm talking about this is because I was burnt out to the point that I could start writing an email and I was so distracted that email that typically would take me 5 minutes or 7 minutes to finish to write, it took me almost 15 to 20 minutes because I was getting so distracted. And whether if it's not Slack or something else, it would be my phone, or you don't realize that there's a lot more to it, because once you're burnt out, then you're distracted, then you lose focus, then you feel like you have so much on your plate. It just keeps on adding to your plate. And I think that's something that I went through, and I really had to do a little bit of a check-in with myself and just realize that there are a lot of things that I just needed to change, and it was affecting not just my mental health, my physical health. And I think in general, everything it was affecting. And the root cause was burnout. And even from burnout, the root cause was just the lack of focus and a lot of distractions. And what was I saying yes to versus what was I, really needed to say no to, and things like that. So just the kind of, going deeper into it, I had to sit down and really like literally put all the digital stuff away and go pen and paper. And literally there's a lot of exercises that I did on my own, just like digging deeper into where, what was causing a lot of these things, and sort of had a lightning moments a couple of times that, it really comes down to your habits, your daily habits. And we're all probably, gone through this and know this too, but it's like how you start your day a lot of the time defines how you're going to have the rest of your day. How, you know, how prepared you are, how proactive you are, you know, really defines. And then setting boundaries is the biggest one. And, you know, what are you saying yes to? What are you saying no to? So I really had to check that to myself, and really taught something to myself in that time, which is what was kind of like the lightning for me, is that it's not that I can and cannot do, it's actually, should I be doing that right now? And when I had that realization, and it's something that I use in a lot of the coaching and things that I do too, but it's really like we forget a lot of the time what we're, you know, just because we see this as a challenge, like, yeah, I could do this, I can take this on, I have the capacity, I have the capability, but we forget to ask ourselves, like, should I really be doing that right now? Do I need that added on to my plate and whatnot? So things like that, I think that's been a real, you know, a change for me. And matter of fact, I've coached a lot of people after that, you know, after realizing, and I've created a couple of guides, and, you know, I'm just kind of on this burnout sphere, or whatever you want to call it, you know, lately. And it's been a game changer. It's been a game changer in terms of, you know, where am I focusing? Where am I, you know, where am I putting my focus? And that's been kind of, it's not just like I put a bandage on and it's fixed. It's, I had to change my lifestyle. I had to change how I, you know, how I treat my days and whatnot. So that's just the story that I wanted to share. It's not something like happened in a day or two. It's just over time, and I've gone through it a couple of times, that I know that how important it is. And I just wanted to just take a moment and just remind everyone, like, this specific festival is like, you know, we all gather in families and stuff like that. I mean, there's a deeper meaning to it. It's just, you know, let's, you know, self-care is important, family time is important. It's like that balance needs to be there. If it's not there, you know, we're not gonna, even if we think we're successful, we're not gonna be successful. So I think that's a lesson I learned. That's what I wanted to share with you all.
So well said.
I know. I'm like, okay, need to apply.
Yeah. Reflect.
And Asha did a Chai Chat this year for us as well on this topic, but you've been really like studying it and like sharing it with a lot of different organizations, which I think is great, because as much as we all talk about it, I think in CS especially, we just like become a yes place. We become a place to like take on all the things that are post sale. Okay, that's a lot of things, you know? So it's hard to sometimes do it all when you're in a CS role.
Yeah. And I think it's also top down a little bit too. It's like a lot of the time is it's, I feel like CSMs particularly may feel that they're obligated to do certain things because that's how they're being measured, or how they're being worked on. And a lot of the time they may not feel open to talk to their leaders and whatnot. So I think it's a little bit of, and I've seen leaders struggle with it too, because that's what they're seeing and coming from the top down too. So it's, I think it's just a, it's, I feel like what the message that I typically try to tell people, it's like, one, just because you're burnt out, it's not always because of your workplace. So let's just, you know, take that out of your kind of an equation, because that's what people come down to a lot of the time. You know, I've got too much on my plate and that's why I'm burnt out. I was like, no, there's a, you know, lot more and something, and then I'll end it to this, but it's like, I always say, it's like, you burn out not because you have too much on your plate. You burn out because you're doing too less of what actually you enjoy or find valuable. And when you can balance that out, it doesn't matter if you could be spending 10 hours of work if you love doing what you do, and, you know, if there's a balance and there's that boundaries created. So I think there's a lot of that I feel like that people just, I mean, yeah, you don't have time to dig in, but I feel like you have to dig in order to kind of just understand where those root causes are.
What are good ways to kind of start your day? Like I think you talked about
Yeah.
that, like, because
Yeah,
I
yeah.
probably could affect your entire day, right?
Coffee.
Yeah. That's yeah, no, that's a good one, Shruti, I would say. But I'd say, you know, I typically, Dinesh, there's something I always say, like, you have to build your system. Like, what works for
Yeah.
me may not work for you. So I think it's, there's this, went through this sort of a process of like, what's my peak time of the day? Or what's my low time of the day? And like what's my zone, like productive zone versus low zone? I'm a morning person, like that morning time before lunch or whatever is when I can be very strategic, very on top of it now, so I wanted to, there's something I learned. It's like create before consume. And that's something that I try to implement. So when I wake up, I try not to consume a lot of the things from this, and I try to focus on create. I like journaling, I like meditating, I like yoga, I like reading, and so I try to create using that. You might exercise if you like, you could just do something that you find valuable, and sometimes it doesn't mean that you have to spend hours on it. It could just be 10 to 15 minutes to start your day. But it's almost like in your mind, you're releasing this, whatever they call it, like dopamine or whatever. Like you're releasing that, you're just like checking the box saying like, okay, I've done this. I have fulfilled my energy, like what I needed to do. So now I can go and focus on other things that I need to do. And so I think it's more like look through your day and kind of figure out what is something that you enjoy a lot. Can you do that in the morning? Or maybe a little bit of that, and see how that kind of helps your day.
I love that. I don't know if that's always easy for people with like really busy morning schedules, but like I started doing like a morning walk whenever I can. I just do it for like 5 minutes or like 20 minutes. It's not like
That's
a long
fine.
walk, but I'm like outside and it like
Exactly.
gives me joy,
Yeah.
I think
And I post pictures of it being outside because people are probably sick of it, but I always am like, here's my river that I walk on every day.
Yeah.
I do
You
find,
said you too?
well, I was gonna say, yeah, I've found that's like a big difference. Like it's the walk is good, but it's mainly like getting some sunlight in the morning. I just find that totally changes the trajectory of the day.
Yeah, which is also really good for your gut health too, which is a whole nother thing.
Oh.
You get probiotics through the sunlight, so it's good for your gut health. It's I've gone a little too deep into the science of this.
No, I love that. I haven't heard that before. I've heard a lot of people saying like before your coffee, like, can you do these 5 things? And it's like a lot of sometimes it's too many things, but one is like get a little sunlight, get some fresh air, drink some water, whatever. And I just happen to drink coffee late. That just happens to be me, but so I can achieve these things. But like if it's just I've never heard the probiotics benefit. So that's cool.
Yeah. It's also like natural light before digital light. So like before you go on your phone or computer, go and get like 5-10 minutes of natural light if you can. Now, winter months probably not possible. There is no natural light outside, but still like there's something else that you're doing that can like just kind of releases that energy in you, and kind of like makes you ready for the day and not feel like you're rushed into it.
Love that. Thank you so much for sharing that. That's so awesome. And I feel like that's a message we need to keep resharing as I've probably told you before. Okay, Dinesh, let's hear about your lightening story. It's hard to say that word. It's like doesn't come out well for the tongue.
Yeah, I had a story, and then now it's kind of changed because I started thinking about burnout.
Oh no.
I'm sorry.
No, it's good. It's good. I got super burned out during the pandemic. Like work was like super busy. It was just crazy. For me, it was nonstop, and everything went virtual. And I know we're on Zoom, but there was like major Zoom fatigue. I just felt like I was in meeting. Those of us that have children, it was like the whole homeschool thing. You had to figure it out, and everything felt chaotic, and there was like doom and gloom all around. And so I was going to talk about like recently something I did with running, but the reason I started running was because of the pandemic, and I was just so kind of stressed out. But and it was good for me, but I totally, like a lot of people, just let myself go during the pandemic. Like I just I soothed myself with like food and like other things, you know, maybe too many drinks, too many other things. Like it was just like not a healthy lifestyle. Because there's kind of just depression all around.
Yeah.
And so I started running, but it was not. I'd run before, but like because of the pandemic, I just was like, oh, and it's like one of those things. Like once you stop, and you stop for 2 years, it's like really hard to come back. And so I struggled. You know, I know you talked about the treadmill earlier, but yeah, it was hard for me to run a mile. It was hard for me to run like 2 miles. Um, but in and so that was 2022. I was trying to just run a little, and then 2023 I got back to the marathon, which was like a big accomplishment for me. And then I set this like in retrospect, I'm gonna call it stupid, goal to run 2 marathons this year. And and I did the first one, which was in Eugene, Oregon, and it was a great experience. I hit all my goals, like despite training in winter, and then I kind of jumped right back into it to run Chicago, and I probably should have rested. And I'm 47 years old, and I hit that, you know, that the injuries kind of hit me, and it was it was a struggle to get through it. But the worst of which was like I injured my calf um, just 2 weeks before Chicago Marathon recently in October. And after much like negotiation with my doctor, I decided to do it. Um, I had to try for a variety of reasons. Like I was fundraising for the American Heart Association, like in memory of my brother-in-law who passed away, and like um just so many people supported me that I had to, and family and friends, I had to try. And it was hard. It was probably it was not my best performance, one of my toughest races, but I got through it. And so I think, you know, like when I think about Diwali, it's always like the light, you know, kind of your darkest moments. And for me, like I've been fairly lucky in life, and there has been a ton of like challenging, you know, moments personally, but that was a challenge for me. And it's always like those kind of challenges, they make like work much easier. So like when you have, you know, right, it's actually the end of our quarter tomorrow, and there's just a lot of like stressful situations. Like, is this renewal going to come in? Is this going to happen? Um, you know, tech is very interesting last couple of years. You know, there's been a lot of stress, and it gives you a different perspective on kind of getting through those situations and thinking about it. So, and also like, so a big reason I, you know, even attempted to do it was the support around me. So I think this group is great, and just the success community in general, and like our coworkers. I know a lot of the work can be individual contributor, and same with running, but there's always like a community around you. So I think all of that is great. Um, and so yeah, that's kind of my story about perseverance, and yeah, I am recovering, but I got through it.
That's
That's
incredible.
awesome. Wow. I mean, I knew you ran it, but congrats.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's a great story.
Thank you.
Wow.
Amazing.
I know.
Now I
I
feel
feel like
I can't run even.
yeah, now we need to get on the
I
treadmill.
know.
You could do it. And that's the other thing. Like a lot of people don't like running.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
usually like a punishment. It's not something fun, but there's certain, you know, uh mental stuff to doing something that
Yeah.
kind of
Yeah.
persevering over something that you don't
Yeah.
that is inherently not fun.
Right.
Yeah.
I love that.
So true.
That's awesome. And I love the like tie back too, because working at DocuSign in the pandemic when everything boomed or like remote and contracts all digital, it's like I can only imagine what that was like, you
Yeah,
know.
everything just kind of picked up like out of nowhere. And
Yeah.
you know, we were all kind of struggling with our own thing too. It was, I mean, everyone remembers it was a confusing time.
Oh.
And so, you know, but I look back at that time and I'm like, I did not treat myself very well. You know,
Yeah. Unfortunately for me, I was pregnant, so I had to treat myself well. But I know that many people shared that, and I think it was like what you said. It was like you're in this depressing kind of like world, and we didn't know the way out, right? And so it was like a lot of soothing mechanisms, and that, frankly, it's like a survival tactic, right? Like I think we just all try to cope the way we can, and we do our best, and you know, I think that's still you persevered and achieved amazing goals. That is like pretty cool.
Yeah. That's all matters.
Hopefully,
That's what counts.
hopefully the recovery isn't too bad. So
not bad. I mean, I'm getting better, but I have stopped running for like the last few weeks. Just you also need to heal sometimes.
yes. After a marathon, be sure to heal. That's a great message. Well, thank you both for sharing. I think those were very great, awesome stories of perseverance and lightning, and I think lightening. I can say the word right. So thank you guys for taking the time to do that and prepare those. And we're about to wrap up now, so I hope you guys enjoyed the hour. And you know, for those virtual, you won't be able to win on our giveaways. Okay, so I'm cheating here because these are near and dear to my heart. But Kirti and Rohan, I'll message you guys separately about if you would like a candle or a book shipped to your home. I'm happy to do that for joining and winning our trivia today.
By the way,
And
congrats, Carl.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, congratulations.
Awesome.
It's amazing.
It was like a long time goal, a long time, you know, thing that just kind of like really serendipitously fell into place this year, which was awesome. Yeah. So
wonderful.
yeah, it's fun. If you guys are free, if anybody's free at 10 a.m. Central on Sunday, we are doing a virtual story time. So feel free to join us.
Nice.
For everybody else that is watching, check out South Asian Success. We'll have a fun calendar ahead for 2025. We've already started to plan some things, so looking forward to more to come with this group. Thank you all so much, and
wonderful.
Yes, thank you.
So nice.
Thank you. Glad it was good, and thank you, Monica, for leading the trivia because I kind of threw that, and me not knowing the tool. I'm like, we're gonna try this new thing. If it doesn't work,
I'm gonna quiz my family.
Oh, for sure. Yes,
do
I
the
know. I think
same.
they're actually great. I know. I was like, this is good for next year. We can reuse them. Well, take care, all. Have a great holiday season ahead, and wish you all the best. Talk soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.